As you say something, what's the emotion? And then they also say when you write a business letter, you say, so what? Read a sentence and then say, so what? And then that's how you build upon the point that you're trying to make. So what and what's the emotion? And that's what you want to project as you come from the stage. So that's my message. And also, it looks like I'm having fun with making my PowerPoint. That's number 8. Work with your visual. It looks like I have no blessing, Tim, but you're doing this. Hey. And so, you know, I have fun doing this. But as you can see, we got 1 through 10. They're all in there. In fact, it wraps up, you know, Carolyn talked about the impacts you have, you know, and then Ed talked about impacting the life of an ex-felon. See, now you're coming to the whole end. You know, when I'm saying U-G-L-Y, you get the lovable you. See, I'm wrapping it all up. That last segment that starts with, before I go, would you promise me 2 things? That actually gets all 10 into that. Because your gestures are going to start to come in, your vocal variety is what's going to use to close things down. So you're bringing everything in at the end to drive home your final point. I hit that one too soon. I felt that. You ever feel it? All right. But so as you look at all of the 10, okay, each of you could be competing for the World Championship of Public Speaking next year. January 1st through March 7th, club competition. So get in there. Now, you know, you've got the resources. You've got all it takes for you to do it. What I like to say is, see, when I compete, I don't compete against anybody. I compete with me. And if I compete with myself just to be better than I was the last time, then the goal is just to be my best. Because winning is personal, W-I-N, what I need. What's your personal win that's going to take you to the top? How are you going to be able to see that the green light isn't on and figure out how you're going to make history and have the shortest world championship speech ever? You go like, this year, that was the shortest ever. And but you know, get your personal win, because that's what it's all about. You know, I'm going to close with one of my favorite poems, because sometimes I wish I were lucky, because the key is none of you will ever be lucky to win a speech contest. We have to focus on how good we are. See, luck will get your foot in the door, but if you're not good, your body can't follow. So it's always about focusing on how good I am. I even tell people, I say, I'm so good that if you took an O out of good, you still have God, and now you got a definition of what I'm all about. And so you have to make sure that you are ready to focus on just how good you are, because see, you'll never be lucky to be in a relationship. You'll be good enough to be loved. You'll never be lucky to have a job. You'll be good enough to be gainfully employed. You're not lucky to pass the test. You're good enough to exhibit the education that you got. And you're not even lucky to be alive. You're good enough to wake up today and enjoy this gift called life. L-I-F-E, lessons intended for everyone. And until you get your lesson, you cannot go forward. But you got 10 lessons right in the CC manual. And so make sure that as you focus on being your best, and as good as you are, you realize that it's not about luck. So the poem, you see, sometimes I wish I were lucky instead of just so good. If I could just be lucky, I might share my luck. No, in fact, I know I would. Now, some people say that I'm lucky. I correct them and remind them that I'm blessed. I'm spiritual, fortunate, in tune with myself. Nothing outweighs my thirst for happiness. You see, luck itself doesn't last. It provides a glimmer of hope or chance. Luck forces you to take risks. Being blessed allows you to take a stand. Luck can give you that on top of the world feeling, that instant sensation. The unfortunate keeps you on top of the world and allows you to enjoy the sensation. Spirituality is such a popular thing now, but it means much more than meets the eye. If you get lucky enough to get spiritual, hold on, don't let that spirit die. If you get lucky enough to find yourself, enjoy the challenge of introspection, realize its value towards your growth. Understand that you're supposed to have success. Your purpose is ordained. You must choose to lead a prosperous life. You must make sunshine out of rain or snow. But I must admit, sometimes I wish I was lucky. Instead of just so good. But would I stand out from the rest? If you're lucky, you can be in good company. If you're blessed, you can be with the rest. Thank you.